Welcome. This is Weight Training 101. You don't need to go to a gym, you don't need to go to a studio, you can do it in the comfort of your own home. You don't need a lot of space. All you're going to need is some light dumbbells to start with and a chair. Now, you can do this any time of the day or night in the privacy of your own home, as I said. So let's start with a warm-up. Now you can warm up with skipping, you can warm up with jumping jacks, but you want to get the body warmed up a little bit before you start using those weights. Now to start with, I'd like you to use a really light weight. 1 pound, 2 pounds, 5 pounds. And eventually then you can raise the weight. We're going to do one set of each exercise, 12 repetitions to start. Down the road when you feel comfortable and that 12 repetitions is far too easy, then we're going to do 2 sets of 10 repetitions. When that gets easy, we're going to do 3 sets of 8 repetitions. And when that gets easy, then it's time to change your routine and go to heavier weights. So let's get started with that warm-up. You can skip if you like. If you have room, go for it. Do a little skipping. Don't forget to breathe. Now we're ready to work out. So let's start working on the core. Okay, let's start with some wood chops. This works the whole side, core. All right, so take that dumbbell and lift it up. Make sure your knees are flexed. Now I want you to come all the way down and then up, stretch it up. And come down like you're pulling a rope. Pull that rope. See if you can do this 12 times to start with. If you can only get 10 or 8 in, that's great. Depending on how much weight you're using, lift up and stretch. Lift up and stretch. I'll just do a couple more, but you can keep going. Lift and stretch. Okay, now we have to do the other side. So I start up here on a diagonal and I come down and then I lift up and stretch and really get a stretch in that side, in your hip. Keep the knees still facing forward. You're not going to move your knees in and out. Your feet are nice and wide. Lift up and down and look at it. Look at your weight when you do this as well. Look at that weight and pull down on that rope. And up. That's great. You should feel a nice stretch through your sides. Let's move on. Okay, let's do some twists. So you can stand with your feet about hip distance apart. Bring that dumbbell vertical. Now keep your hips facing forward and you can keep your head straight forward. Twist to the side. Twist. Twist. Bend those knees. Keep those arms fairly straight. And breathe out. And twist. See if you can do 12 of these. Eventually you should be able to do 20 repetitions of each warm-up exercise. And then remember, you're going to be doing a little bit heavier weight down the road. This is Weight Training 101. Don't forget to breathe out and twist that waist. Oh, your waist is gonna love you for this. Keep your pelvis straight forward. Oh, that feels good. Great. Now you're going to need to get the other dumbbell and we're going to do side bends. And I want you to stretch right down the side and right down the side, keeping that weight moving along your side. Don't let it go out too far. That's it, all the way down. And stretch, try to reach to the floor. Reach to the floor. That's it, beautiful. Keep a slight flex in those knees. Keep your head still. Breathe out. So you want to do 12 on each side. So that makes 24 altogether, doesn't it? That's it. Keep going. Beautiful. This is called Good Mornings, and this is for the lower back. Place your hands on the side and flex your knees. Keep your feet about hip distance apart and bend. And come up. And bend forward and come up. Just like a hinge. Down. And push forward. Down. Push forward. My head stays in the same spot. Reach that butt out. My knees stay nice and flexed. They don't straighten and bend. They stay the same. My feet are pointing forward. Keep that head in the same spot. That's it. This is what it's all about. Good morning. And once you do these exercises, it will be a good morning. And one more. That's it. Now we're ready to work out. Let's start with a chest exercise. You're going to need a chair for this exercise. And I want you to sit on that chair and make sure that your feet are flat. This is a chest dumbbell fly. Sit back on that chair, nice and comfortable. Now lift up those arms so that your dumbbell is vertical. Now I want you to keep a slight flex in your elbow as though you're hugging a tree. Out and in. Out and in. Now make sure you don't go too far back. I still want to be able to see my dumbbells with my peripheral vision. I can still see my dumbbells. If I go back too far, that's too far and we could hurt ourselves. So make sure you can still see your dumbbells. So out and in. Now don't forget to make sure that the navel is into the small of the back. Hang on to those abdominal muscles. Keep them tight. Now when I come in, squeeze your chest muscles. That's it. Squeeze those chest muscles. Just do a few more. Remember, we're just going for 12 to start with. And if you're doing the right weight, 12 should be difficult at this time. You want to feel like you're working. Keep that back up against the chair. Don't lean forward and don't arch your back. That's it. Nice job. Now we're going to do back exercises. This particular exercise is called a one-arm dumbbell row. You're going to need a chair for this exercise and one dumbbell. So take that dumbbell in one hand. Now, in the back of the chair is where the knee goes. Bring your knee up. Now the other leg is going to be back behind you. So now grab that chair. Now I want you to extend your arm straight down and then lift it right up. All the way down and all the way up. Now don't hunch. Keep your back nice and straight if you can. Down and okay, so we've done one side, now we have to do the other side. So the knee that goes up is the knee that's closest to the back of the chair. Hold on to that chair and bring that other leg back and lift up. This is a one-arm dumbbell row. Keep your back straight. What's happening with your abdominal muscles right now? They should be engaged. Navel into the small of the back. Keep that head still and lift that elbow up nice and high. That's it. All the way down. Feel a stretch. Now we're going to do shoulder shrugs. You're going to need 2 dumbbells for this. Keep your feet together. Now what you're going to do is make sure your navel is into the small of your back is up nice and tall, your chest is up, and chin is parallel to the floor. Up and down, up and down. The shoulders go to the ear, not the ear to the shoulder, and try to keep those dumbbells as close to your body as you possibly can. Up and down, up and down. Very nice. Up and down. This will give you nice, strong back muscles. That's it. Don't forget to breathe and don't forget to engage those muscles in your core. One more. Nice job. Arms. Bicep curls. You're going to need a chair for this one if you choose, depending on how strong your back muscles are at this stage of the game. So I'm going to take my 12-pound. I'm going to keep my feet nice and tight together. I'm going to flex my knees, keep my navel into the small of my back. My dumbbells are horizontal to the floor, and I'm going to keep my elbows in as close to my body as I possibly can. I'm going to twist with my wrist and lift that dumbbell up to my chin as close as I can. And then I twist it back down. Turn and twist. So this is called an alternate dumbbell curl. So it's also good for the wrist action as well. Twist, come up. Twist, come up. Now don't forget to hang on to those abdominal muscles nice and tight. Don't swing back. If you're swinging back, swinging this way, then the weight is too heavy. Lighten the load. We want to do this correctly. We don't want to hurt ourselves. Now if you want to, you can sit on a chair and you can do this on a chair if you feel like it. If your abdominal muscles and core aren't strong enough, there's always a way to do it so that you can get the job done. That's it. And when you find it's really hard to get that dumbbell up, then use your abdominal muscles, squeeze them nice and tight. Get that dumbbell up. Think about what muscle group you're working. You're working your biceps. Good job. Keep it going. Hang on to those abdominal muscles. Nice, strong biceps. That's it. Now we're going to hang on to the same dumbbells, and we're going to do a hammer curl. So I'm just going to keep the dumbbells the same way they are, and I'm just going to lift them up. Lift it up. Lift it up. You can do one side at a time, or you can alternate it. It's up to you, however you want to do it. A different part of the bicep, and I can also feel this in my forearms as well. Don't forget to breathe out, keeping those arms close to your body. That's it. And keep those wrists straight. Don't bend your wrists, keep them straight. That's it. Shoulders. You can do this either seated or standing up, depending on how strong your core is. So I'm going to sit down for this one. I'm going to make sure my back is flat and my feet are on the floor. So this is called a shoulder press. What I want you to do is bring your dumbbells up so that they are parallel to the floor. My elbows are parallel to the floor, and my dumbbells are horizontal. So I'm going to lift them up. Now I want to make sure that I can, if I look up, I can see my dumbbells. If they're too far back, I can't see my dumbbells, they're too far back. So I still want to be able to see them. Now I'm going to open up and I'm going to come down, just parallel to the floor, making sure that those dumbbells stay in horizontal position. They don't bend, and you don't bend your wrist. And now push it up and come down, push up and come down, push up. I can even click my dumbbells so that I know that they're together. Come down. If you can do your exercises in front of a mirror, that's even better. Then you can see what you're doing. This is a guideline to help you do your weight training, and hopefully this will get you to do weight training for the rest of your life. There are countless exercises that you can do for each body part. That's it. Shoulder press for nice, strong, beautiful shoulders. This is called a front lateral raise. Now, you can do this seated or you can do this standing up. So nice flex in the knee, feet together. Don't forget to stand up nice and tall. I'm going to do alternating. I'm going to lift up that dumbbell. I'm going to make sure that it stays horizontal to the floor. My elbow is slightly flexed and I come down. Come up, come down, come up. Now you don't want to go up too high. Don't come up here and don't swing. Whatever you do, don't swing and arch your back. You could hurt yourself. Think of your back being up against a wall. And if it's too heavy and you need to swing, then you're doing it wrong and you're going to hurt yourself. And we do not want that to happen. Just take your time. Don't forget to breathe. And when the going gets tough, hang on to those abdominal muscles. That's it. So, if we're doing alternate, then we have to do 24. So 12 on each side. You're not going to get away with it that easy. That's it. Keep it going. Beautiful. Okay, now we're going to do a side lateral raise. You can sit down and do this one if you want. So, bring your dumbbells to the side of the chair. Slight flex in that elbow. Lift up and down. Up and down. Up and down. Always keep a flex. Don't hyperextend. And again, make sure that you can see that dumbbell in your peripheral vision. Now I can also stand up and do this exercise. That's it. And I can still see my dumbbell. They're not too far behind me. Oh, I feel this. Now make sure that you hold on to those abdominal muscles nice and tight. And don't hurt your back. That's it. Couple more. You're going to have nice, strong shoulders. All right then. Now we're going to be seated for this one. This is a rear lateral raise. What I want you to do is sit on the edge of your chair. And I want you to lean forward and bring those dumbbells in between your legs. Now what I want you to do is lift up. That's it. Lift up. Don't straighten your arms. Keep a slight flex in those elbows. We're hitting every part of our shoulder when we do all these shoulder exercises. We need strong shoulders. Don't forget to breathe. That's it. Legs. This is a sumo plie. The name is interchangeable, so you can do a sumo squat or a plie squat. It's both the same. But this time, we're going to use some weight. But let's try this without any weight. Hold on, nice and light here. Open up your legs as wide as you can. You want to think about your back going down a wall, so your back stays nice and straight. Now when I come down, I want to think about that knee going over my second toe. So that knee goes over my second toe. You don't want to knee in. If you knee in, that means you're going either down too low at this stage of the game, or your legs are too wide. Go down as far as you can, and remember, you want to squeeze your buns when you come up. Come down. Now push up through those heels. Squeeze. When we do this exercise, we're using every part of our leg. We're using our thigh, quadricep, we're using our hamstrings, the back of the leg, our inner thighs, and our glutes, our butt. So this is an all-round great workout for the legs and the butt. So let's try that with a weight. Hold on to the weight in front of your body, and slight flex, or you can hold on with 2 dumbbells if you choose, this way. For me, I prefer to do it this way, but it's up to you, whatever you want to do. So I hold that weight just below my chest, I open my legs up and I'm ready to go. Remember, the back is up against the wall. Down you go and squeeze those buns nice and tight. This is a wonderful exercise for the lower body. Squeeze. Now try if you can to think about using your hamstrings, the back of your legs, more so than your quadriceps, the front of your legs, because they're getting the work in too. Don't lean forward if you can. If you're leaning forward, back is not up against the wall, and if you're leaning forward, then that weight is too heavy for you, because you don't want to be hunched over. Then you're doing it wrong, and you're not getting any benefit at all from this exercise. Now make sure you squeeze. Good job. Calves. Strong calf muscles. So we need 2 dumbbells, and I want you to keep your feet nice and tight together. You don't want to slide out onto the baby toe and make your ankles come out. Then we're not doing it correctly and we're not getting any benefit. So try to keep your feet together, knees together, ankles together, up and down. Push up and down. That's it. Up and down. See if you can get 12 of these guys in. That's it. Up and down. Up and down. So let's try turning our toes in. This is a little different. Hitting a different part of the calf muscle. Up and down. You need to control. Hold on to those abdominal muscles. If you can stay up a little higher, that would be great. Up and down, up and down, up and down. Now the beautiful thing about weight training is that it's great for strength, balance, and endurance. And as you can see, when you're doing this particular exercise, you need good balance. So if you so choose, you can use a chair to do this exercise. Okay? So maybe just one leg at a time you can do. That's up to you. Maybe that's best for the first starting out. Up and down. Then you want to turn around, turn the chair around, and do the other leg. Up and down, up and down. 1 foot at a time. It's up to you, whatever you feel comfortable with, as long as you're doing it correctly. So it's a great idea to stretch after each set, or stretch after you do the workout. So let's just start with a chest stretch. What I suggest you do is clasp your hands behind your back, your feet are together, chin to chest. Now lift up those arms as high as you can. Breathe in. Now breathe out. See if you can go a little bit higher. Open up that chest. And then bring the hands down, head up. We can stretch out our shoulders. Pull down on that shoulder and try to get your ear away from the shoulder. Push down. You get a nice stretch through the neck muscle and through those shoulders. Try the other side. Pull down. That's it. Good job. Now I want to stretch out my back. I can clasp my hands, feet together, and stretch. There's a multitude of stretching that you can do. This is just a nice basic stretch for you, just to give you some ideas about how you can stretch. When I do my biceps, I stretch it out. I bring my wrist down to the floor, stretch it out. Triceps, I bring my hand behind my back, pull on it. As I said, you can do this after each exercise, or you can wait till the end, but you should stretch. It's very important. And the calf muscles, stretch it out. And the other way here, stretch that side as well. You can stay into these stretches a lot longer than I'm doing it right now. This is just to give you an idea of how you can stretch the body. And you can stretch those quadriceps. If you need to, hang on to a chair. That's what the chair is for. But eventually, you will be able to do this without holding on to a chair. Whatever you need to do, just as long as you're doing it. Great. Now shake it out, and you should feel fabulous for the rest of the day. Don't forget to do this again tomorrow, the next day, and the next day for the rest of your life. What you can do is you can mix and match these exercises. You can do one exercise per day when you're first starting out. You can do chest and triceps, back and biceps, legs and abdominals. You can mix it all up and get creative. Thank you for joining me for Weight Training 101.